Hello to the amazing people, TheNeomare here, and welcome to another episode of Limbus Company. So, the Season 3 is finally here. I bought the pass to support the game and developers, and well, I did the weekly hard mirror dungeon, and well, I'm already capped out here. But we do get levels past this, you just cannot claim the rewards. I'm not gonna claim the rewards anyway yet. And yeah, I'm doing dailies and all that good stuff. Did a hard mode dungeon, and yeah, now we can finally go and grab from the dispenser a well, season 1, so we can finally grab the one who shall reap Sinclair. I'm very happy about that. So, and also then I'm gonna do another try at RR2 as well, but in this episode let's do a little bit of a story. So let's go to let's go to drive here, and let's go to not there, here, and then this one we finished, right? Yeah, the crabs and stuff, good. And yeah, let's go to Canto 5, the evil defining E.G.O District 21. Nice. Oh, what's this? Oh, this looks interesting. Setting sail. Okay. That's an interesting pattern. Okay, let's set sail with our boat bus. Yes, it's not a bus boat, it's a boat bus, I say. We sail on, the incident with the green lights finally behind us. Faust approaches the helm as though she noticed something. Okay. Oh, very happy that the new season's here, and the new stories and stuff. It's been a while. It hasn't been so long since this bus. I mean, bus boat. No, boat bus. Was hounded by the sirens and the flashing green lights. The seniors were sitting uncomfortably, trying to get some shut-eye in the ship cabins, formerly known as the bus cabins. The thought of returning to their rooms didn't even seem to occur to them. After gazing out of the window for a while, Faust came to her feet and approached the helm, formerly known as the wheel. Miss Faust. Yes, we have received a signal. Faust? The long-awaited signal has arrived, then. Oh, the shall our adventure in the Great Lake finally commence! What signal? I don't hear or see anything, not even an alarm. A smoke signal outside our visual range has been picked up by the Mephistopheles. A smoke signal. The beacons are lit, then. Gondor comes to 8. No, wait. The beacons are lit. The boat bus comes to 8. I guess that's what we were sitting on our butts to for. Sailing is a go. Splish splash. Splish splash. Soon, we will be moving away from the coastal area and draw closer to what one could call the Great Lake approach. Activating automatic navigation system now. How? Thou meanest to say that what we have experienced so far was not the Great Lake? By strict definition, yes, it was. We have been inside the Great Lake's borders for a while, yet I make the distinction based on the information available to you, as our path has so far lacked any real threats. No real threats, thou say it, after all that. Lo, ye sang there has hitherto been burying his face in that very bucket. I shall have thee now. I mind me not, please. I had thought the bucket's purpose was to remove water from the ship in case of a flooding, yet all it had therefore removed were contents of Yisang's stomach. Oh well, yeah, he's seasick. Give him some, sueno impossible. Give him some credit. I mean, some compassion. And that's that Walpurgi Gisanacht. That incident is still quite fresh in my mind. Walpurgis night. And not many of those threats could be attributed to the dangers of the Great Lake. False cause fallacy. Quite the rush of daunting ideas thou hast thrown in my direction. I shall henceforth continue to slumber then. No, we have just entered a hostile environment. We must rouse ourselves from sleep and ready ourselves for what dangers there might be. Otis? All hands to defensive stations! Battle stations! Otis suddenly leaped to her feet and began barking orders at the sinners. Huh? What in the bloody... my heart dropped for a sec there. Otis, this ship is currently steered by an automated navigation system. As its name suggests, it will automatically avoid any threats the Great Lake may pose. Should a threat prove to be unavoidable, it will sound an alarm. Bah, do you really expect me to trust that incomprehensible contraption? Besides, this automated navigation system is nothing but some slapdash last-minute installation by the Boatworks fixers. Oh, Boatworks fixers are good, though. Indeed, Faust was not the one who installed the system, so no, its reliability, it's not absolute. Well said. It's well-known wisdom that the path of sailor is fraught with dangers unknown, which is to say that human must handle it. Then, shalt thou be the one to lead this vessel to victory? I must rise to the occasion. As executive manager, unfortunately lacks any memories pertinent to sailing. Luckily, I'm quite experienced with a leadership position. Oh, Commander! I'm no commander, I'm your captain. Executive manager, allow me to briefly assume your authority so that I may lead this vessel as its temporary captain. She continued before I even had the chance to reply. Attention, sailing, that is to say the act of traveling across bodies of water after an intermediate amount of time, 3 hours later. And that concludes the fundamentals of sailing. Have you been taking your notes, man? Snore, snore. Oh, marvelous! Quite a considerable amount of new knowledge I have acquired. This akin to an adventure, is it not? 'Twas one of mine humble 863 dreams to sail the Great Lake as an adventurer, like a challenger of storms, a queller of rogue waves. Such an exact number of aspirations you have. Otis, ma'am, I have a question. Yes, you're recognized. What's that complicated looking lever over there? Well, just pull it and try out. No, don't do it, don't do it. It has been a riddle in my head as well. What may be the function of that peculiar device? I'm sure Don Quixote will pull it, right? Perchance it shall load and fire a volley of cannonballs at the press of a button. Cha-cha! Pow! A lever of transformative variety. It shall be an auspicious day on which we are veiled sight of this contraption in action. Oh, Otis. I've been seeing more and more of these as of late. These so-called bleeding-edge technologies are hollow inventions that have nothing to show for it aside from their pretty exteriors. A blind pursuit of convenience breeds increased risk. There's nothing but ruin at the end of the road paved with over-reliance on these bleeding-edge technologies. Fervor fueled in the furnace of bolts and engine oil, the ship's blood and sweat. A combined force of the commanding officer's decisive leadership and their subordinates' firm loyalty. Blood? What? That is how proper workshops of tradition and history are supposed to be run. Now, that is how true comrades are born. I don't know what she's talking about, but that was kind of cool. I can feel something rising from deep within my chest. Captain, this bleeding-edge technology is bleeding like a mule. Whatever we should do. I, Otis, shall prove it to the world that I don't need this high-tech junk to sail. Now, Sea Woman Don Quixote, set the power level to the maximum output. Power level to the maximum output. Aye, Captain. Seaman Sinclair, set the helm to the neutral position and hit the switch. Set the helm to the neutral position. Set the helm to the neutral position and hit the switch. Let's go! The engine has fallen silent. The automatic navigation system has failed. It is an old model. Rebooting will be completed in approximately 5 hours. That's what you get for abandoning your bus, driver. Wait. So we're just stuck here? Of course not. While Mephistopheles' engine may be inoperable as it has melded with the automatic navigation system, the ship itself can still move. We still have a manually activated backup power system on standby. Good. Do we get a fight? Or was this just a story chapter? It was just a story chapter. The loss. Okay. The engine came to a sputtering halt as Otis' seafaring lecture reached its climax, but we still have so much to go. Okay. Now, man, clear orders and solidarity are paramount importance in times like these. Right leg on heave, left leg on hoe. Let's go. Heave, ho, heave. Heave ho, how is it fair that you get to stand there barking orders at us while we're pedaling our bombs off? So that's the backup system, they're pedaling. A most invited question. A captain must preserve her strength or risk putting her subordinates in danger. That is precisely why I'm refraining from partaking in this collaborative effort myself. Yeah, sure. Since when were you our commander? Well, she did say she's the captain, not the commander. Those damn seagulls can flock off already. How about we kidnap them seagulls and train them to pedal the generator? Oi, Faust, smart ass. I thought you were a genius. Make it so. That should be easy peasy for a brilliant intellect, no? I can make it happen, indeed. Yet I do not know, as it is inefficient. Rudimentary toilet training will be the first step in making them viable as a consistent source of labor. That's... oh boy. Sharon's bored. Sharon wants to vroom vroom. I'm taking out. You're the driver, so do your job. That should keep you occupied for a while. Oh, you sure about that? They're just not gonna let that slide. That's how you get yourself a consultation, you know? Ah, wait. I think let's think about this for a hot minute. Let's think about the actual reason we are sweating, pedaling the crap out of the generator, huh? To nitpick and seek someone to take the fall for every little thing is as thinking a thought. All that happens on the road to success is merely a part of the process. Look, I'm not saying that we should play the blame game. I'm just wondering why are we pedaling so damn hard to begin with. It's not like there's something coming after us. Well, not yet anyway. We're headed towards one of the largest ports of E.G.O, and we know exactly where it is and how to get there. It's not like the port's gonna sail away, right? Why all this urgency? I mean, am I wrong? The Great Lake has been very tranquil so far. It's not like some monster is going to suddenly appear out of nowhere and attack us, right? Well, that's exactly what's gonna happen, Gregor, I think. It appears that your consolidated field experience has evolved into a form of intuition. Fascinating, Gregor. What? Faust found this development optimistic. We must exit the area within the next 10 minutes. We are falling somewhat behind the forecast of my predictions. Okay, that was ominous. Why precisely 10 minutes? The loss of the Great Lake. Oh, I knew it. Is that darn law of the Great Lake again, huh? Your foreknowledge of the loss of the Great Lake is an unexpected development, Rodian. Quite difficult to believe that, even with the consolidated experience, your intuition would... Sorry, I just wanted to look like I was in on it for once. Girl gets tired of asking every time, you know? The Great Lake of E.G.O has laws that, well, must never be broken. And yes, the port can and will sail away, Gregor. It's a blood lake. What laws could it possibly have? What are the lake hoppers going to come spank the bad boys with a stick for breaking class rules? There better be a law that lets me sink. Whiny brat, my ears are starting to bleed. Ah, guys, knock it off. I could almost hear a well-timed sigh followed by honest but brutal piercing words. It was like someone recorded her sigh and played it in my head. But Ishmael was nowhere to be seen on the deck. So, if there's anything you want me from now on, state it. Clearly. She wasn't kidding. Ishmael remained in her room, not a peep to be seen or not heard despite the commotion. Not appearing once, though, through all that's happening since the incident. As much as I would like to provide you with an explanation, leaving this zone takes precedence. According to my calculations, our last conversation left us with 7 minutes. We are approximately 15 kilometers away from the edge of this zone as the crow flies. Each person must pedal to generate enough energy to travel at least 10 km per hour if we are to escape in time. Wonderful. I love to see some proper teamwork for once. Hiya! Rocinante! Our destination is nigh. Gallop on! So Rocinante is her boots. Where does that girl get her energy from? I think I'm done for. Just going ahead without me. Well, less smoking, Gregor, and more... and look at Sharon there, taking the steering wheel. And leave you where? We're on a ship. Hop, 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 hop. Diaphragmatic breathing is conducive to maintaining consistent speed and an exercise of this intensity. Especially more so when each scenery is responsible for about 10 km per hour of energy output. Any higher it would have required hyperpnea to maintain that speed. Do you ever get tired, girl? No, 3 minutes remaining now. Don't even know what happens in 3 minutes. Why are we doing this? She said there's no time, just step on it with your life. Sharon wanted to go vroom vroom. This is squeak squeak. Squeak squeak, that's no fun. I didn't know how energizing work songs could be. How do ghosts have so much energy left? This is not even a warm-up compared to the training my family forced me to do. You lot, shut your gobs and pedal! 30 seconds remaining. 30 seconds? Quite a thrill this is. Now this is true adventure. This is like charging an overwhelmingly colossal... Oh, look at that. Even we are pedaling. Dante. This is like charging an overwhelmingly colossal enemy, is it? No? Save your words. Your breathing. Remain in the flow. Breathe in, out. 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 Oh look, there's a seagull. How much time? 10 seconds remaining. 4 seconds. 4, why are you not doing this by multiples of 5? Look, alive, deckhands, put your back into it. Toil, man, toil. Somehow we managed to escape the zone before Foss counted down to 0. Some sinners immediately threw themselves to the deck of the ship like plimp puppets, while some looked like they'd just taken a quick rest at a park bench. So, we made it somehow, but I don't see any signs of those laws. Am I missing something, Frau Faust? Ah, I swear, if all this law of the Great Lake drill was some hogwash you made up, just to make this journey go a tad faster, I'm going to seriously... The tranquil lake we just pedaled through was gone, as though it was never even there. In its place was an immense something, its innumerable legs or tentacles writhed rising above the lake's surface. I couldn't even tell where the thing ended and where the lake began. Did it burst from the lake, or were we traveling unawares of its body, this whole time? I couldn't even find the right word to describe the magnitude of that thing. It appeared and sent waves across the waters all the way to the zone we were in. Mephistopheles shook violently as though it was about to capsize. It need not be said that the sinners on the deck were given an ultimately untimely shower. Well, that was too close. We were almost pancaked. Well, not that the adventure is complete with a... another peril, of course. NB. Now this is more like it. We have no chance of battering a single strike from one of its limbs. No, but it will leave us alone as long as we are here. That is the law of the Great Lake. Now we have time for my explanations. Though the laws of the Great Lake are numerous, it will relay only the pertinent information for now. Lingering longer than a predetermined amount of time in a single lake will cause one to be struck by the waves of each lake. Waves? Didn't that look like any waves I've seen before? There are also laws governing the time and direction in which ships are permitted to cross the borders between the lakes. Wait up, so if we ever just come to stop for a bit, then that octopus tentacle-like thing is like will whack us? Precisely, thus it naturally follows that everything on the Great Lake is in a constant state of motion to position itself according to the laws. And the route towards our destination will also change accordingly. Can I get a written list of these laws? My name used to stick a piece of paper with our family rules in my room, my nanny. Not that I could follow them all, but that's when I heard the door open. Whoever opened it did so with obvious irritation. Oh, it's Ishmael, isn't it? The waves finally hit, huh? Ishmael. After such a long period of isolation, Ishmael staggered out of her room at last. You can't just scribble the laws of the Great Lake down on a notepad and call it a day. Each lake has wildly different set of laws, even though the overarching laws governing the Great Lake are pretty straightforward. More importantly, you should know that unauthorized recording of their laws is one of the E.G.O.'s better-known taboos. Then my body will remember it. Tattooing them on your body, if that is what you're referring to, is also prohibited. Taboo hunters of E.G.O. have been sent in pursuit of individuals who have attempted precisely that. It is best that we do not produce any written records of their laws. What have you been doing all this time, Ishmael? Wetting my harpoon. Your harpoon? Why? Because I need it to be sharper. Because I'll give her the kind of pain that makes her wish she was dead. She'll feel it, even from the smallest cuts. Then why don't you spare us from your misery and crawl back into your hole? I'm afraid that if I did, I'd later emerge to a deck littered with your melted, unrecognizable flesh. And I'm not rearing to see a sight like that again. Besides, watching your landsman waste time tinkering with a ship you don't even understand, wasting precious time, has been unbearable. Even though it has been a long time since the incident at the boat works, her biting yet anxious lectures have not dulled at all. Biting. I was afraid that she might stir up trouble among the sinners again. Okay, fine. But she was out here with the rest of us, and I wanted to believe that that was more than enough. I decided not to question her further. I had a feeling this would happen. Ishmael walked up to the helm. What are you doing? We are smooth sailing at the moment. A northbound breeze is pushing us along. I guess I could look the way for some people. Simple, one-dimensional, predictable ground pounders like you. You little, how dare you insult this Otis? Otis, let's hear her out. You got lucky, Swabby. Okay, Ishmael, tell us, how are we not smooth sailing? We've got the wind at our backs. That's no wind. We're getting dragged. Dragged by what? Those ships. Oh, ships? What ships? Okay. The resonance tuning fork. Our boss boat with a dead engine was still sailing with every sinner's hearts and bodies. Well, not exactly every sinner, but most sinners' hearts and bodies working as one. Oh, and we learned a very valuable lesson about surviving in the Great Lake. That breaking its laws can have catastrophic results. And that's when we noticed that our bus boat was getting dragged by something, of course. Alright. Just like Ishmael said, two massive vessels were approaching us not far from where we were. We're not exactly on a collision course with them, though. Ishmael didn't entertain me with an answer. Instead, she took the helm and threw it wildly in one direction. Whoa! The skill splashy drift. Didn't know ships could drift like a bus. It's not a ship, it's a bus. It's a ship bus, boat bus. Charon impressed, Redhead. Not bad. You have a competition, Charon. Hold up. That's weird, she turned the helm all the way. Why are we still headed between those two ships? It's like we're stuck on the rails. Though Ishmael turned the Mephistopheles' helm around to the opposite direction of the two ships. We were being dragged even faster by them. And there was nothing we could do about it. Ishi, don't tell me you've hit the reverse gear. It turned the engine off. What? Whoa, are those ships melding into one another? You bloody loon, that's what you've been got to say? You're about to get squashed like bugs. You Swabby, what happened to all of that bravado from earlier? Shut up. I'm going to use the momentum of the pull when it's strongest to get us out of here and... We're going to crash! No. Immediately before the crash, Ishmael deftly revved the engine and adjusted several levers in a series of decisive motions before speeding us up between and past the two vessels. The back of our ship. The ship's stern was crushed, but it was better than getting completely sandwiched between those two ships. Mephistopheles' engine can reconstruct damage of this severity within the next few days. Wait, this is more than just some damage. It's like they deleted a part of our ship. Gone, as though it had never even been a part of the ship's blueprint. I took another look at where the stern used to be. It was the sinner said, the stern wasn't crushed. It was effectively deleted as though it had never been there. It left a bizarre-looking cross-section behind. E.G.O, Singularity, the resonance tuning fork. Ships operating in the Great Lake can merge and separate when needed, as though they've always been a single vessel or as though they've never been parts of the same ship. Resonance tuning forks used by the vessels of that size are strong enough to pull in smaller boats without tuning forks like ours, or even ones with tuning forks with mismatching wavelengths. Oh right, apologies for taking the helm without your orders, manager. No, don't, you just saved all of our lives. I wasn't trying to, but thank you for understanding anyway. Oh, and please accept my apology for giving unsolicited advice. A certain somebody won't stop flapping her gums at me, so I had to. It's not like I can plug my ears in the middle of a voyage, right? I've never heard my share of blunt, full-mouthed talk during the war. She's not the first to do so. Doesn't matter, as long as she can live up to her words, no need to get in the way, suppose. I'm sorry, Executive Manager, I must take a short break. Be not so crestfallen, Commander, I mean, Captain. Silence. Executive Manager is our commanding officer, always been. Downcast and shoulders slumped, Autis made her way into the ship's cabins, formerly the bus cabins. Our destination is near. Welcome to one of the 5 great ports of E.G.O, the Marlin port. Foss' voice was dry and emotionless, as though what had just happened didn't affect her one bit. Whoa, that's so big! That has to be one of the biggest ships I'd ever seen. Honglu was right, we were approaching a massive ship so large that it could almost be mistaken for an island. Whichever was the case, it was clear that the port was a mega structure built from countless metal shipping containers. Missed fates, and what was unseen before unveiled itself. I scarcely did expect the pall to shroud a structure such as this. Ship? I don't know. Can we really call that ship? That a ship at this point? Can't help but agree there. Ishmael, does that count as a ship in the Great Lake? Your landsman common sense is useless at the Great Lake. Ships that use resonance tuning forks like those are common as crimes are in the backstreets, or I guess as common as the whales are in the Great Lake. Okay. So yeah, we almost got crushed. Story continues. Ishmael saved us. And there's more story. Well, I was looking for a fight, really. Okay. Because I'm getting a little bit out of breath. Okay, this time we have to actually pay 20. Okay. Wait, we were paying for these also? No. but this one we have to. After numerous trials and tribulations, we finally arrived at our destination. Looks like... Oh, there will be a fight. Clear within 10 turns. Looks like this place is called Marlin Port Ship of E.G.O Corp, a giant seafaring vessel made for merging together countless shipping containers. Okay, well, this is the group I kind of use for R2, so I think that's gonna be... yeah, these are good. Well then, this is where we'll go our separate ways for a short while. Sharon and I have business to attend to here. So we docked on a huge container ship slash island slash thing. Yeah? Business, why? What is this then? What is it this time? I'm looking to buy some mermaid perfume. Let's leave it at that. Oh really? Virgil is sad, looking straight at an advertisement before us. Bottles of mermaid perfume extracted straight from their left fins. Special discount. Oh, are they planning to procure some for us as well? Quite curious I am of that mermaid perfume. What other curiosities of the Great Lake await us, I wonder. A significant source of income for the people of E.G.O Corp comes from selling whale and mermaid products. Whale oil, mermaid tears, mermaid perfumes, whale cuisine and more, to list a few examples. Oh, lo, I spy a purveyor of ice creams over yonder. Sardine whales flavored ice cream, how is that appetizing to you? Sardines are quite the savory nosh, even if they do have a funny look to them. Alas, I'm more keen to learn the flavors of the marlin whale ice cream. Will you not accompany us to our destination, dear guide? I've done my job as your guide. I point you in the right direction, and that's where my responsibilities end. It's not my job to accompany you all the way there. Well, you may be correct. Your words also come across as rather impersonal. Then you heard me right, Yisang. I don't intend to make friends with any of you, nor do I want to. Ha! Don't let these small talks give you the wrong impression. Now, Miss Faust, our allies are expecting us. The before team on the ground will realize the location of the Lobotomy Corp branch housing the Golden Ball. According to our last communication, they should be waiting for us. There. This place is a bit spooky. I don't see anyone here. What's up with that, Fo? I can tell from your tone that you doubt me. This is the location I was relayed. Ha! So we got here first. Bloody brilliant. Before team, more like belated team, innit? Allow me to make a minor correction. We are at 1 hour and 30 minutes behind schedule. Odd. LCCB agents we meet back at Jacob were already on the scene, and I'm sure that comment reminded everyone of the same duo. I did for me too. Thinking about them even for a brief moment is... It appears that they have elected to sleep in lieu of our appearance. Effie thought we didn't deserve you to. And none of you got watch, eh? What the hell wrong with you lot? Apologies, in our hurry, we happened upon an unforeseen mishap on our journey here. Then why didn't you take it into account before you left? Someone from the corner of the shipping container rises from their nap and stretches. They sound oddly aggressive. My, Honglu, wait. Your badge is upside down. Remember to always keep your appearance tidy. What's the sticky red thing on your... On his chest hung up an upside down LCCB agent badge. It was soaked in blood. Oh, they're perpetrators. Yeah, I hope that the badge would have a more dramatic effect. Let's see our Limbus company before team leader. The fool was loitering around in our territory. I've got to say, that was bravely stupid. That sorry production was an insult to art. Get to the point before I sink. Yeah, lads, so tardy yet so impatient. Why don't you first give us a listen? You're looking for the golden whatchamacallit area? What have you done to the team leader? Hold your horses now, lads, and live and well. This hostage negotiation then. This ain't my first ransom rodeo, if you know what I mean. It's simple. Give us the cash and we return your friend. We don't get the cash and we give your friend an impromptu burial in a shipping container right here. Kidnap, eh? Pieces of shit. Whoa. I wouldn't do that if I were you, lad. Think before you act, eh? Anything goes wrong and your friend bites it. It's a very straightforward if I do so myself. Just do as we say and ye and that friend of yours continue on your merry adventure. Get back to finding your golden whatchamacallit. Hells, we'll even throw in a full-on gourmet tour guide for you, just to sweeten the deal. You bloody maggot. Okay, gotcha. I see what's going on here. Give us some time to discuss this, why don't you? Look, there's no point in skeleting this. I'll do nothing but draw unnecessary attention to us. And if our impulsive actions get that LCCB agent killed... True, they hold the upper hand in this negotiation, but I don't believe these fools know much about the Golden Bull. They'll likely kidnap him by chance, thinking they could get a hefty ransom out of him. Though we have come across many men and women of evil nature in our adventure, such brazen villainy has therefore have not been encountered. Here, therefore, how classless is grotesque within a cause. Charging them head-on will only seek their friends after us, friends who may be involved with a powerful local syndicate. Our chance of victory is slim should such an event come to pass. We do not possess enough intel on U-Corp to effectively maneuver that situation. Yeah, we don't even know how big the syndicate behind this guy is, but from the way he said these lines, this probably isn't his first time doing this, right? There's also a chance that they're just small fries, isn't there? If they are small fries, let's crush them. We'll hit them before they even have the chance to lay a finger on the hostage. No, it could mean that their syndicate may be so small and scattered that it's impossible to be traced. Ugh. So, we don't know anything. Great. Even if they're really going to, if you don't pay up, are they even gonna hold to their word? That's a good question. Well, I'm surprised we didn't hit first, ask questions later yet. Blast it. I know their kind. Scum like them are around every corner of the city. If this goes cock up, they'll kill the hostage and won't even leave a body for us to find. All these kind of awful images and ominous speculation begin to overwhelm us. The so-called kidnappers were crowding amongst themselves, giggling and chattering. They knew that our options were limited. Okay, then I'm going to start off by asking how much they want. We are out of our element here. The best I can do is to try to get some information at least. Ha! A short, exasperated sigh escaped Ishmael's lips. She had been standing here this whole time, arms crossed over the harpoon that rested upon her chest. You're going to pay them? Those bastards, are you crazy? What else can we do? Even now, the hostage. I don't care about your excuses. I only care to know if this really is the best course of action you could come up with. Any doubts about the manager's decisions? Are unnecessary, yeah. You are predictable as always. Executive manager's decisions are orders. To doubt them is an insubordination, Ishmael. It doesn't matter how competent of a sea dog you are. Ha, okay, if you say so, but who cares? They've not given me any order. They didn't forbid me from doing anything, so what's your problem here? I just can't sit here and watch them play out. Ishmael strode towards the kidnappers. It was plain from her tone and expression that she did not care one bit about what the other sinners have said. I'll gladly accept the consequences. She shot me a fleeting glance before raising her harpoon. For insubordination, manager! Okay, well, there we go. Usually is this the Don Quixote causing problems? This time Ishmael decided to go for it, then thrust her well-sharpened harpoon right into one of the kidnappers' forehead. The entire course of her action from start to finish was so full of absolute confidence that no one even thought to stop her. I couldn't either. Oof. Ryosho was right. The kidnapper suffered a total obliteration of forehead. Ishmael, what did you just do? Sinclair was the first to snap out of this stupefied silence. The LCCB agent they took hostage, we just put him at risk because of us. He could... Sinclair was trembling hard. I couldn't tell if it was the veiling tears he was holding back or an uncontrollable fury. Just like back then with Effie, with Sod. Oh yeah, Effie and Sod died, but was it our fault really? I don't think it was. It was only a few months ago and... Don't tell me we've moved on already. Oh. Oh yeah, that's what happened. Sinclair's memories. I saw an image of Sod and Effie both smiling. Both were excellent field agents. And because they were both excellent agents, they suffered to their last moments before our eyes, helplessly watching as they slowly expired in front of him at his old home at that. That day must have been scorched into his memories. I recall Ishmael's vision that I witnessed back at the boatworks. Was that also a moment that was buried into her memories, I wonder? Ishmael didn't seem to find Sinclair's questions worth answering. She strode towards one of the closed shipping containers and kicked it open. And a body that had been dead for so long that its complexion and consistency barely resembled that of a living human slumped to the floor. Ah, this one's been dead for at least a week, and of course, isn't our LCCB agent. Ishmael kicks the body, tossing it on its back. From the looks of it, this was one of a tourists visiting Marlinport, probably loaded too. If they could afford to travel to the Great Lake just for its sights, they they would have been able to afford whatever ransom the pirates demanded. Kidnap, extort, execute. The syndicates have been repeating these 3 steps for a good while at E.G.O. Even as their names and organizations change with time, they're everywhere, like vermin. It would be more accurate to call them pirates here. They never return the hostages, they'll keep asking for more and more ransom until the money well dries up. Ishmael poked the body with her foot. Then they'll kill the hostages, like they did with this one. Quite numerous, the prevalence of such tragedies must be, how can this be? Where therefore doth no hero rise to the occasion and put a stop to these villains? I believe this to be a place of tourism, is it not? Well, that usually means that there is a bigger fish looking out for these smaller flies. Nay, that matters not, to let such villains run rampant in the cities. Ah, it must be the case that the fixers of the city are yet unaware of this travesty. Mayhaps they were preoccupied tending to others in need indeed. Not else but that explains this. Were we sent to send a missive to one of the just and honorable associations of the Don Quixote, please. Isn't it about time you woke up from your delusions? I've had enough of your ramblings about justice, your villains. You know what? Never mind. It's like I'm talking to a brick wall. You're not going to listen to me anyway. It's so frustrating to have to sit here and just... This sharpness is... Why we can't just get anything done in time. By now, we should have been talking to the LCCB agent, getting the intel we need. Ishmael's eyes darted around with wrath, impatience and anxiety. A metaphorical storm, an amalgamation of senses. She was billowing wildly and helplessly in the tempest. I could not even hope to hold her steady. Yeah, you have brought this on yourself. This is our waters. Do you even not know what syndicate you dogs just... Yeah, we're doing this. Then let's get it over with. Right, so yeah. So this is Ishmael's chapter. So she's gonna take initiative here and... we're gonna be fighting on some new enemies here. Okay, cool. Mostashiot, Twin Hooks Pirate. So we're fighting pirates. Okay. So these cause bleed and... Okay. Turn end. Heal HP equal to its shield. Okay. So what do we have? Okay. Well... I'm a little bit out of breath, so I'm just going out of resolve here and... We have a strong group, so... Oh yeah, by the way, we can level people up to level 40 now. In the season 3, but I will enter RR2 before I level my people up, because, well, I want to do it on level 35. I want to do it like in a way that it was intended to do, to see if I can do 150 turns. And we're totally destroying this fight though. That's usually how it goes in story missions, especially when you have very powerful characters, which, well, I do, so... It's just like, it's just, you know, a total obliteration. I mean, to finish this in 10 turns, we're gonna finish in like, what's 2 here? That's nice, that's very nice. Only 1 wave as well. But yeah, so that's the plan. I'm gonna do a little bit of chapter 5, gonna do a little bit of R2. But yeah, I need to start the R2 before I actually level up the people. I'll probably buy Sinclair. And like use that so I don't have to borrow it anymore. And yeah, the borrowed one might already be level 40. Oh, there are actually 2 waves. Okay, so it's not that trivial. So it might be even close even. Yeah, okay. But yeah, so the person I would borrow Sinclair from might level it to 40, which I don't want. I want it to be level 35. So I'll buy it, level it to 35, and yeah, and then we're gonna go into R2. The same team I had last time, but this time I'm gonna go a little bit slower to raise my sanities up at the start. I think that's really important. That's like the biggest mistake I did last time. I don't think first fight is supposed to be done in 5 turns, but rather you need to like take your time and like get your sanities up. Like that increases damage in all the fights after that, so... Get some resources also, enable our passives, all that good stuff. But yeah, I'm happy we got a fight though. So we don't have like just a story episode here. So it was bloomed. So yeah, people got tiny bit of experience, but they will not level up from that. Okay. Okay, and then What? Oh yeah, insubordination, difficult, level 35. Okay, that's cool. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna make a cut here. So, oh, Project Moon, 7th anniversary. Log in during the event period and receive a Deca extraction ticket. Oh, thank you. Okay, that's How did that appear now? I have no idea, but okay. So yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Hopefully enjoyed this one. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. I wish you all to have a wonderful day. Do something nice, be kind to each other, and let's make the world a better place together. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next episode of Limbus Company, the TheNeomare signing out. Bye bye.